Hello friends, welcome to S. Kumar IAS, and we hope that your preparation is going on full swing. We were studying political science series and we completed political theory, we completed Western political thought, and today we are going to start the new topic of political science syllabus in civil services. So the new topic we are going to cover is rights, its meanings and theory, different kind of rights and concept of human right. Meaning of rights, then theories related to rights, then different kinds of rights, and then concept of human right. We are going to study everything into detail, so no need to worry. And rights is a very important topic which is not important only from point of view of political science paper 1 part A, but rights is also can be utilized in GS paper 4. We can intelligently use that in case studies or in different theories of rights can be utilized into GS paper 4 part 1 also, like before case studies answer writing, that part also. And apart from that, some portion we can also utilize in GS paper 2. So rights is always a very hot potato, very important topic. So without much delay, let us start. आज की कथा को शुरू करते हैं. So rights, its meanings and theories, different kind of rights and concept of human rights. This is the syllabus of civil services with respect to rights. So basically, what are the rights? Rights in any modern democracy, this is just the bedrock. All the modern democracies, they are more or less built around the concept of rights. As Dworkin says, right as trumps. Trump means trump card. So from the game of cards, the trump card means the most important card. So right are known as trumps by Dworkin. And the starting point of modern rights, like if we chronologically see, we can see from the 17th century, the continuity, the modern concept of rights, at least the continuity starts from the 17th century. And Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, all these scholars we already studied also. They quite comprehensively cover the concept of rights. And like rights, they are basis of modern political philosophy. Rights are the basis of modern political philosophy, and state is made on the base of recognition of rights of individual, and that is very comprehensively covered in the theories of John Locke, Rousseau and Thomas Hobbes. We already covered that. I hope that you remember, but if you do not remember, please do ask in the comment box. And before that, please do watch the previous videos. No need to say, I repeat this thing again and again in every video, that previous videos are very important. Every lecture in political science is in continuity. Do not go haphazardly. Just go continuously with the flow. Go with the flow. In political science, the way I am teaching, at least, because they are very much interconnected, very much interconnected like a chain. If you miss the link, you do not connect the complete chain and you miss the whole picture. So to get the complete picture, please go step by step and cover every video, my dear friends. Okay, so you must have studied. If you have watched the previous videos, you know about Locke and Hobbes, how they deal with the rights. And there is difference in the theories and conceptualization of rights among different scholars, different schools. It exists throughout time and space in political science. And in modern political philosophy also, in particularly we can say in French Revolution, there is focus on social rights. It's a kind of social revolution. So American Revolution, it is the tale of political rights, and the best example is Bill of Rights. And we can also say in Indian context, fundamental rights of Indian Constitution. That is definitely a gift of the modern conception of right. And Bill of Rights is the first constitutional, or we can say first country, first major country constitutionally assigned, and not only constitutionally mandated, successfully mandated. I mean, United States of America has most successfully implemented the concept of rights in their Bill of Rights, and it is continuing as it is with some changes, minor changes. So that's what is the basic basic picture about the right. And so because we have to know the meaning of the rights also. Rights are basically claims, we will study it later on, that rights are part of liberal discourse. Rights are part of liberal discourse. In autocratic societies, there is focus on duties, not rights, only on duties. But rights, basically, historically, if we see, they are part of liberal discourse. And civil rights, political rights, and India is definitely can be called island of liberalism, as it is called in the third world countries. In the third world countries, or in the developing countries, among the developing countries, India is known as the island of liberalism. And rights are basically, I already told you, part of liberal discourse. I mean, liberal scholars first time started talking about rights, whether he was Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, J.S. Mill, and all the scholars continue on the point of rights. Now, there are two perspectives of rights. The first one is strong perspective, and the second one is the soft perspective of right. Let us see what they are. The strong perspective of rights says that the rights are legal guarantees and they are enforceable. Legal guarantees, they are legal guarantees and they must be enforceable. They say that rights are the entitlement, rights are the power, rights are the claim. Entitlement, power and claim. Rights are entitlement, rights are power, and rights are claim. Dworkin says that rights are trump and rights always prevail. This is the concept the liberal scholars give about rights. Entitlement, power and claim. Always remember these three words: entitlement, power and claim. Rights are entitlement, rights are power, rights are claim. And Dworkin says rights as trumps, and Nozick and Rose, they say that rights are independent of duties. They separate the rights from the duties. Whether you do duty or not, that is the secondary discussion. Okay, that is secondary discussion. The first thing is rights are independent of duties. Don't mix right and duties. Rights are trumps, rights are entitlement, rights are power, राइट्स आर क्लेम. भाई हमारे बाप की जागीर है राइट्स जो है वो, समझ में आ रही है ना बात. राइट्स, स्टेट जब राइट्स दे रहा है, स्टेट इज नॉट डूइंग सम काइंड ऑफ चैरिटी टू द सिटीजन्स. समझ में आ रही है ना बात. द काइंड ऑफ एग्रेशन वी हैव, द एग्रेसिव एक्टिविस्ट, दे से दैट हमें चाहिए, मतलब स्वराज्य हमारा जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है ना, स्वराज हमारा जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है, हम इसे लेकर ही रहेंगे. दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ क्लेम, that is called right, strong perspective. This is the strong perspective. Rights are over claims, over entitlements, over power. Rights are trumps. Rights are independent of duties. This is the view of the strong perspective scholars of rights. And who are those scholars? Like Nozick, like Dworkin, like Rose. Now let us see the soft perspective of rights. The soft perspective of rights, they just say that rights are the moral conceptions and they are not independent of duties. Rights are not independent of duties. Man is the situated self. Man is situated self. It means man is not independent. Man interacts with the society. Man is part of society. If this is society, man is part of society. That's why man is situated self, not independent. and that's why rights are not independent of duty, and there is community's sense of right and wrong. There is always the community's sense of right and wrong, and uh, we cannot take men away from the society. The community's sense of right and wrong, it is very much important. And in fact, Lasky gives functional theory of rights as part of the soft perspective. Lasky's functional theory we will study into detail in the same lecture later on. So he gives functional theory, and so this is about the soft perspective of rights. They say that rights are not independent of duties. Right are because man is not independent. Man is situated self. Please remember these keywords. In my notes, whatever you are seeing on the screen, I have just used the keywords, nothing else. I have not used the unnecessary theories and lines that everybody can write. I am not here to teach you how to write English. Okay, I am here to teach you political science, and that's why I am just using the keywords. That's it. The keywords you have to use in the answer, and then you have to use the simple sentences. Do not make jargons and juggleries of technical complicated English. No, these are not required. Just use keywords of political science and use very simple and lucid English. That's it. Simple and lucid. Very simple and very lucid. Okay, that is the requirement. Now let us see. What is the purpose of rights? The purpose of rights is rule of law, protection from the authority in general and protection from the authority of state in particular. The purpose of right is rule of law. I mean, there should not be like it is to counter the theory of two swords or the theory of divine rights of dark ages. So right are required. The purpose is rule of law and protection from the authority of the state or the authority. And Marxist says that rights are the bourgeois concept. Why? Because the scholar of rights, like if you see Locke or Hobbes or Mill, they all are the scholars of bourgeois class. If they all are the scholar of bourgeois class and they are the exponent of the theory of rights, then definitely it will be said that rights are a bourgeois concept by the Marxist at least. No need to explain why. Still, I mean, if you don't know, please do ask in the comment box, but you should know if you have watched the previous lectures. So this is Mr. Lasky, and we'll study his theory of functional theory of rights. Now friends, let us come to the second thing, different kind of rights. There is topic different kind of rights. Now let us see what are the different kinds. The different kind of rights is, we can see that civil rights. The first, civil rights. Civil rights include the right of life, liberty and property. These are civil rights. Then social and economic rights. Civil rights are right to life, liberty and property. And social rights, the wages, the food, the working hours, etc. What we study in industrial relations. So first one civil rights. Civil rights, life, liberty, property. We see it in Hobbes, we see it in Locke. So they just deal with all these topics, life, liberty, property. And then social and economic rights, the wages, the food, the working hours, the working hours, conditions, foods, wages, etc. Third one is political rights, the representation, adult franchise and so on. Reservation comes under representation only in one sense. So these are the different kind of rights: civil, social, political and economical. Now let us come to the next topic, theories of rights. It is also mentioned in the syllabus. So The first theory is theory of natural rights. Among all the theories of rights, the first theory we'll study is theory of natural rights. The theory of natural rights is the oldest theory of right. Among the oldest theory of right, its exponents are John Locke, Rousseau, Thomas Paine, and T.H. Green. These all are exponents. T.H. Green's theory of positive freedom. Theory of positive freedom. So these are the exponents. Now let us see what are like I already explained you the theory of natural rights, that human intellect, human reason is the source of natural rights. So the theory of natural rights says that man is reasonable, and in the state of nature man was happy, and the reason of man uh, was the basis for the rights, and these rights which are in the absence of state, there is no state, in the absence of state whatever the rights are there, they are called natural rights due to the human reason. So there are two traditions of the theory of natural rights. What are the two traditions? The first one is the contractual theory. The second theory is the teleological theory. The contractual theory is given like there are many scholars we just took here, like scholars like John Locke, and no need to explain why, because they give the theory of social contract. So contractual theory, the source of right is nature or God, and it comes due to human reason. Like nature is the source, and in the state of nature there is only human reason working, so out of human reason it comes. And there are three inalienable rights: life, liberty, and property. State cannot take it away. And in fact, John Locke's theory of contract or contractual right was the basis for American Declaration of Independence. American Declaration of Independence 1776, 1776. And from here emerges the concept of fundamental rights. And that is the basis of the contractual rights are the basis of fundamental rights and American Declaration of Independence. And French Declaration of Rights 1789, they are also like fall under the theory of natural rights. And then aim of political association, it is said after like in the theory of natural rights, it is said that aim of political association is the preservation of rights. Political association is not the source of right. It is not the source. As per the scholars of tradition of natural rights, as per the scholars of natural rights tradition, state is just the agency for preserving the rights. State is not the agency to create the right. Source of right is always nature. State is just preserving whatever rights are delegated by the state, delegated by the nature or God. Now comes the second tradition in theory of natural rights. The second tradition is teleological, telos, and the purpose is based on the opportunity for development. Teleological means, it comes from the word telos, what is the goal or end. So the opportunity for development is the goal. That's why the rights are provided. Here there is no talk that they are inalienable right or something like that. The contractual theory says that the natural rights are inalienable and they cannot be taken away, and God or nature has provided them. But teleological theory says that the rights are purpose based. भाई जरूरत है तो rights हैं. So rights provide opportunity for development and for giving human beings full freedom to develop. Full freedom to develop their personality. Full freedom to develop their personality. full freedom to develop their personality. Okay, this is the concept of teleological concept of rights. And Thomas Paine, Immanuel Kant, T.H. Green, and Lasky. These kind of scholars, Lasky gives, I told you which theory of rights? Tell, functional theory of rights. We'll study it just now. So the teleological theory, it is just sort of criticism to contractual theory. Thomas Paine says that, Thomas Paine's criticism of the contractual tradition, he says that every generation should be free to choose its contract, because the theory of social contract does not give that freedom to every generation. For example, we the people of India, as the preamble of India says, we the people of India, we do not make our constitution. Every generation does not make its constitution, and we can just amend the constitution, that's a different thing, but we do not rewrite. That's why Thomas Paine says that constitution means what? Social contract. Constitution is a contract where all the Indians, we the people of India, we contract, we make a contract with the state and among ourselves, okay, that we will follow these certain guidelines, or whatever we can say, certain rules, norms. And Thomas Paine says the exact thing, that every generation should be free to choose the contract. That's why he criticized the natural or the contractual theory of rights under natural tradition. So these two were the these two were the different traditions under the theory of natural rights. Teleological theory also says that source is nature only. Like teleological theories also comes under the theory of natural rights only, and the reason is like the foundation of these rights is the human reason only. So now let us come to the criticism of the theory of natural rights. I mean, in political science, until and unless you criticize something, your answer is not complete. If there is no criticism, well and good, but that topic can be only 1%. Only 1% topics may be there where there is no criticism. You always be critical thinker in political science. You should be critical thinker. Otherwise, you cannot write good answers. So now let us see criticism of the natural rights. So the first one, the legal theory of rights, is the criticism, and the exponents are Bentham. The time was French Revolution, and inspiration of Bentham was Thomas Hobbes, whose time was the British Civil War of Puritan Revolution. I already told you that. I hope you remember. So Bentham gives legal theory of rights, and I already told you how, I mean, we are just repeating that state rather than the nature is the source of right. Bentham says that natural laws are anarchy, they are just metaphor, nonsense upon stilts, fantasies, dogmatic and terrorist language. Natural law, he criticizes natural law such a great extent, and we already explained you, so I am not going into the detail and depth. If you do not understand these things, please do watch in the previous lectures, my dear friends. We already explained you these things, and still if you do not understand, please do ask in the comment box. I will personally answer them. Bentham says they are anarchy, they lead to anarchy. Natural law lead to anarchy, they are just metaphor, nonsense upon stilts, fantasies, dogmatic, terrorist language. And that's why he gives theory of positive law, which is the laws given by the state. Okay, now the second criticism of the theory of natural rights by historical or conservative theory of rights. The scholars of conservative or historical theory, Edmund Burke, he's the guy. So they says that natural rights are just metaphysical abstractions. They are just metaphysical abstract. Natural rights, I mean, उनके कोई हाथ पैर नहीं है. उनके कहने का मतलब है they are without hands and legs. Just metaphysical abstractions. They are very, very vague. Source is nature, source is God. They say that these things are very vague. we do not understand. And the origin of rights, they says, lies in the society's customs and traditions. There is no nature or God, they say. Nature or God, they are very abstract and vague ideas. So the rights origin is society's customs and traditions, because societies recognize rights. The societies recognize rights of the individuals. The societies recognize rights of individuals. That's why the origin of rights is in the society's customs and traditions. That's why natural rights, they are just like metaphysical abstractions. They are just metaphysical abstract. So that completes our criticism of natural rights. Then in next lecture we will study Lasky's theory of social welfare, and then we will study the remaining portion of the chapter of rights. And we hope that you are enjoying the lectures, and they are definitely adding positive value to your civil services preparation. And if you find them useful, friends, please like the videos, please subscribe the channel, and please spread this like a wildfire, because everybody cannot afford costly coachings in Delhi. We hope that you will come out successful. And still, if you have any doubt regarding anything in political science, please do ask in the comment box. We shall personally answer them without a tinge of doubt. Thank you so much for coming to S. Kumar IAS. Till next class, stay connected and work hard.